There isn't a magic productivity hack or tip or some secret guide that you haven't come across yet. There's no crazy productivity process that's going to magically 100 times your output or productivity. We all want more output, we all want more results from what we're getting, and we all want more things to happen from the work that we're putting in. We all want more output from the input that we're putting. The huge elephant in the room, however, is that there is no magic secret sauce to productivity and getting more work done. Some people subscribe to rise and grind and just grinding it out no matter what it is. Other people rely on tools or software or platforms or deals on AppSumo to try and become more productive. They think that you've got to be up at 5 a.m. and you've got to post it on Instagram that you rise at 5 a.m. and you've got to hustle and grind all day long. I'm here to tell you that there is no magic formula for productivity. There's no secret that you haven't yet discovered in order to become more productive. However, just because there is no secret doesn't mean that there aren't methods that you can use to skyrocket your productivity and effectiveness. And while there might not be a specific habit, I believe there are things you can do, and they're probably things you already know that can increase your output compared to the amount of input you create. I want to show you how I build productivity in my day-to-day tasks that A, increase productivity, and B, grow the business. When I sit down at my desk on a Monday morning or a Thursday morning or whenever, I always know what it is that I'm going to do. Plus, I always know what I need to focus on. I don't check my email. I don't even have my phone anywhere near me. I don't log into Facebook. What I do is I give myself the tasks that I'm going to do, and I want to show you how I do that. Every single day, whenever I sit down, I do sit down and I immediately know what I need to work on. And perhaps most importantly, I know it's contributing to a larger goal. So with that, let's take a look at the 3 things I do every single week and every single day that help me be more productive and contribute to the growth of the business, my productivity, and our larger goals. I am miserable with routine. I'm easily distracted, my memory sucks, and I often want to work on what is most fun. Or I'll want to work on my latest, greatest, groundbreaking, awesome, world-changing idea that I had last night at 11 o'clock. Either way, I struggle with immediate distraction as soon as I sit down. I think this is a big misconception, is that people think that motivated and productive people, when they sit down, they are automatically motivated and productive. And I sit down and I struggle with distraction immediately, either from other ideas or from wanting to look at more Curb Your Enthusiasm memes on YouTube. That is why I have the book. The book. The book. The book is just like a regular notepad or journal, except I don't use it to write all my ideas in. I do have a ton of those books that I'm constantly writing in. The book, however, is my plan for the day, week, month, year, longer term even. And what's crazy is that it only takes up 5 pages. So most of this book is empty. I have Monday to Friday written on each page, and on each page I write the top 4 to 5 tasks that I would need to get done every Monday or every Tuesday, for example. The rules are pretty simple to go in the book. First of all, a task can only be written down if I see myself doing it every single Monday or every single Tuesday. It has to be a repeatable task that I think, yeah, I'd be willing to dedicate 52 days a year to this. Number 2, I am allowed to outsource or remove tasks. For example, on a Monday, I say that I need to write a daily email, and now I'm very happy to say that our VA or our digital assistant, Clarence, takes that off my plate. And number 3, it is not a to-do list. This is really important. These are the regular contribution tasks that I think if I do every single week, they will build to a much larger result in the long run. It's based around my longer term game plan that if I do these tasks regularly and repeatedly, they build in a compound effect to the point where the results in the future will be far greater than the sum of any individual piece that I did a year ago, 2 years ago, or even further. For example, my tasks on a Monday: decide the mission for the week, tell the team what I'm working on, create a weekly update video for the coaching group, and write down the goals for the week on our Smashboard. But that's like hardly anything, right? There's hardly anything written down there. How do I get so much done? Surely these can't only be the tasks that I'm doing every single day or every single week. And yes, most days we only have a handful of tasks. I think one of the days I only have like 3 bullet points written down. But that is because, and this is important, productivity is about doing less, not more. For example, creating a weekly update video might only take 5 minutes, but it shows my team what I'm working on and it shows the direction that we are taking with the business. Like being on a ship and the captain giving a heading and a direction. It's so important to the rest of the team. This has helped them with their tasks and the direction they need to go and their longer term thinking. What the book does for me means that I can sit down at my desk and no matter how groggy or tired or pumped I am, I know I'm going to get the work done that matters long term to the business. The second thing I do is I write down a weekly goal and a daily goal on my whiteboard. I have a little desk organizer, which is also a mini whiteboard. I absolutely love this thing. I bought it on Amazon for around £20. It lets me write notes. It also lets me tidy the desk a little bit, as well as, and this is most importantly, have my goals for the day and the week immediately in front of me without loads of post-it notes. I have 2 columns on the whiteboard. I have a daily goal and I have a weekly goal. On a Monday, when my main task for the day is to decide the direction of the business for the week and what my task is for the week, I'll write down the goal for the week. And then on the day, I will write the smaller task that I'm going to do that's going to get me to that larger goal. Maybe it's the individual step, maybe it's the first thing I need to do. I don't really know. It's just the first thing that comes to mind where I say, I need to get this done before I'm able to complete this larger goal for the week. The tasks in the book are daily and weekly regular tasks. The philosophy here is little and often, and I believe that eventually the results from the work that I do from the tasks in the book will be far greater than anything I could do individually. My whiteboard, however, is based around tasks that are either time sensitive or to do with longer term gains, or maybe they're campaign based. For example, this week's goal is to create a sales campaign for one of our products, and then the smaller daily task is to audit all of our older content to see if there's anything I can reuse. Every day, at the end of the day, if I've done the daily task, I'll wipe that off and I'll write tomorrow's task on that's the daily task contributing to that larger weekly goal. It means that emergencies that crop up, my monkey brain, my lizard brain, or my emotional state that next day doesn't affect the work that gets done. Sometimes the daily task doesn't get done, and that's absolutely fine. It just means it stays on the whiteboard. Because I've done this a lot of times now, it means I've got a pretty good gauge of how productive I actually am and what tasks are going to get done. Sometimes I'll write daily campaigns down that I know won't get done for 2 or 3 days. Occasionally there are weekly tasks that don't get done, and that's absolutely fine. They still stay on the whiteboard, and that's my number 1 priority to keep working at. And the third thing I do is block out time. When I do the tasks, either from the book or from the whiteboard, it's dictated by my calendar. I don't decide when I get these tasks done, Google Calendar decides. Anyone who says they can't block out time because of their lifestyle or their circumstances or their situation or whatever, you're just not thinking hard enough about how important this is. It's easy to see 23 hours in a day where you can't schedule anything. All you need to do is find 1 hour a day or even 45 minutes where you can schedule something. Tell people that you're on a call or that your time is blocked out or that you can't be reached. Put it in your calendar and say from 9 to 9:45, this is when I get my work done. My time blocking is pretty simple. I only have 3 or 4 different time blocks in my calendar. They are either time blocks related to tasks in the book, which means that I know from 9 till 11 I need to be working on book-based tasks, or they are tasks related to the whiteboard. And so I know that between 3 and 5 is whiteboard time. What that means is that I'm building up routine based around when I work, not necessarily the tasks that I do. Every day there's at least 1 to 2 hours where I'll dedicate work to the book, and there's at least 1 hour where I'll dedicate work to the whiteboard. The times don't move, I don't change them. If someone can't make a meeting or a call and wants to reschedule, then that's up to them. I don't change my working schedule. People know when they can reach me, and consistency is more critical than accessibility. And so those are the 3 things that I do every day or every week that allow me to be productive. I'd love to know if there's anything in this video that you particularly enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below. Or if there's anything that you do to be productive that I haven't thought about, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see it. Other than that, thanks very much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I will see you on the next video. Have courage, commit, and take action.